Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Monday. How are you today? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We had really nice weather. Today, boys and girls, I'm going to talk to you about clocks and time. Okay? I don't expect you to learn how to tell the time because you're still very young. But as you get older, it will be important to be able to tell the time on a clock, right? And remember, boys and girls in class, Miss Maritza used to have a clock, and I would look at it, right? So that I would know when it was time to clean up, or when it was time to have lunch, or when it was time to get up from nap, right? So as you get older, you will be able to tell time, and this is just a small introduction, okay? So I'm going to read two stories to you today. And the first one I'm going to read is called Clocks and More Clocks by Pat Hutchins. And boys and girls, you may have a clock at home too, maybe in your kitchen or maybe in your room, right? So we'll go over a clock and we'll go over the numbers on a clock too. So this is called Clocks and More Clocks by Pat Hutchins. Let's see. One day, Mr. Higgins found a clock in the attic. That's a beautiful clock, boys and girls. It looked very splendid standing there. How do I know if it's correct, he thought. So he went out and bought another, which he placed in the bedroom. Look at the house, boys and girls. This is the first floor, and then this is his bedroom. Look, and then there's his attic with the grandfather clock. That's a cute house. 3 o'clock, said Mr. Higgins. I'll see if the other clock is right. Now, boys and girls, how he can tell it's 3 o'clock is there's a small hand here and there's a big hand here. The big hand, if it's always on the 12, okay, that's o'clock, it's the hour. And wherever the little hand falls tells us what hour it is. So it's facing the 3, it's pointing to the 3, so it's 3 o'clock. Okay, and we'll go over that a little later, okay? But again, I don't expect you to learn it, I just wanted to introduce it to you. He ran up to the attic, but the clock said 1 minute past 3. How do I know which one is right? He thought. So he went out and bought another. Boys and girls, where is he going to put that clock? Which he placed in the kitchen. 10 minutes to 4. I'll check the others. He ran up to the attic. The attic clock said 8 minutes to 4. He ran down to the bedroom. The bedroom clock said 7 minutes to 4. I still don't know which one is right, he thought. So he went out. And what do you think he did, boys and girls? He bought another. Where is he going to put that clock? Which he placed in the hall. 20 minutes past 4, he said, and ran up to the attic. The attic clock said 23 minutes past 4. Oh no. Boys and girls, none of the clocks seem to be on the same page. What do you think he's going to do? Is he going to buy another one? He ran to the kitchen. The kitchen clock said 25 minutes past 4. He ran up to the bedroom. The bedroom clock said 26 minutes past 4. This is no good at all, thought Mr. Higgins. These clocks are driving him crazy, right, boys and girls? And he went to the clockmaker. My hall clock says 20 minutes past 4. My attic clock says 23 minutes past 4. My kitchen clock says 25 minutes past 4. My bedroom clock says 26 minutes past 4. And I don't know which one is right, said Mr. Higgins. So the clockmaker went to the house to look at the clocks. The hall clock said 5 o'clock. There's nothing wrong with this clock, said the clockmaker. Look. The kitchen clock said 1 minute past 5. There, shouted Mr. Higgins. Your watch said 5 o'clock. But it is 1 minute past now, said the clockmaker. Look. The bedroom clock said 2 minutes past 5. Absolutely correct, said the clockmaker. Look. The attic clock said 3 minutes past 5. There's nothing wrong with this clock either, said the clockmaker. Look. What a wonderful watch, said Mr. Higgins. And he went out and bought one. And since he bought his watch, what do you think happened since he bought the watch, boys and girls? Do you think he has the correct time now? Let's see. All his clocks have been right. The end, boys and girls. Okay, good. So that's one story, right? Clocks and More Clocks by Pat Hutchins. Okay, so now I'm just going to introduce you on how to tell time a little bit, okay, boys and girls? And this is called Time 2 by Bruce McMillan. So this is a regular clock. It looks a little bit like the clock we had in our classroom, right? So let's go over the numbers, boys and girls. The top number is always, does anyone know what this number is? This number is 12. So it's 12, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we're back to the 12, okay? And a clock always has a big hand and a little hand, okay? And wherever the little hand falls, okay, if it falls on the 4 and the big hand is always on the 12, then it's 4 o'clock. If it falls on the 6, if the little hand falls on the 6 and the big hand is on the 12, then it's 6 o'clock. But right now, boys and girls, okay, so whenever the big hand is on the 12, that's the hour, the O clock, right? And the little hand has fallen on the 3. So what time do you think it is? If the little hand is on the 3 and the big hand is on the 12, remember the 12 is always like o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. That's it, right? As you get older, you'll get into minutes and all of that. So let's see if you can help me. Okay, so where is the small hand? The small hand is on the 7 and the big hand is on the 12. So what time is it? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Time to, what do you think he has to do now? Since it's 7 o'clock in the morning, do you think it's time for him to go to sleep or to wake up? It's time for him to wake up, right? Maybe get ready for school. Okay, so the next one, look. The small hand is on the 8 and the big hand still is on the 12. So what time is it now? It's 8 o'clock in the morning, or 8 a.m. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning, time to, what do you think it's time for him to do? Eat breakfast. Okay, another hour went by. Now the little hand is on the 9, right? So what time is it now? 9 o'clock, right? 9 a.m., 9 in the morning, because the long hand is still on the 12. Remember, in the 12 is always o'clock. So it's 9 o'clock. 9 a.m. and it's time to go to school. He looks happy to go to school. I like that. Okay, boys and girls, let's see if you can tell me what time it is. The small hand is on what number? It's on the 10, right? And the long hand is still on the 12. So it's, what time is it? 10 o'clock, right? In the morning, 10 a.m. And what time is it? It is time to paint a picture. You can do that, boys and girls. If you have a clock at home and you see the little hand on the 10 and it's 10 a.m., you can say, oh, mommies and daddies, it's time to paint a picture. Okay, what time is it now? The little hand is on the 11 and the big hand still remains on that 12. So what time is it now? 11 a.m., right? 11 o'clock in the morning. And it's time to play at recess. It's time to go outside. Look how fun, boys and girls. Now, oh, this might be tricky. So boys and girls, we have both hands, the little one and the big one, on the number 12. So what time do you think it is now? Remember, wherever the little hand is, that's the time o'clock it is, right? That's the actual hour. So it's 12 o'clock, or it's noon time. What time do you think it is then? Time to eat lunch. It's 12 o'clock. Both hands are on the 12. It's time to eat lunch. Okay, now if we look at the clock, the small hand is on what number? It's on the 1. So what time is it, boys and girls? 1 o'clock. 1 in the afternoon though, 1 p.m. So it's time to ride in the car. Where do you think he's going? Do you think he's going home now? Now what time is it? The small hand is on the 2. What time is it? 2 o'clock, right? Small hand on the 2. The big one is still on the 12. So it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 p.m. And it's time to get books at the library. Okay, the small hand is on the 3, boys and girls. So what time is it? 3 o'clock, right? 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's time to buy apples at the store. I wonder what they're going to make, boys and girls. Maybe they're going to make an apple pie. Let's see. And now we see the little hand on the 4. So what time is it now? 4 o'clock, right? In the afternoon. Or this is how it's written, 4 p.m. 4 o'clock in the afternoon means it's time to ride a bike. How many of you have bikes at home? Okay, now what does the clock say, boys and girls? The little hand is on the 5, right? So what time is it now? 5 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So it's time to eat dinner. Maybe you have dinner at 5 o'clock, or maybe you have it at 6 o'clock, or maybe you have it at 7 o'clock. Okay, boys and girls, now what time is it? The little hand is on what number? 6, right? So what time is it now? It's 6 o'clock, right? 6 in the evening, so it's time to swing. And then now we have the small hand on the 7, right? The long hand is still on the 12, so that's good. That makes it easy for us. So it's 7 o'clock in the evening, and it's time to brush his teeth. That's good. I think he's getting ready for bed now. He had a long day. And then now the small hand is on the 8, which means it's 8 o'clock in the evening. Time to read a book. And then what do you think he's going to do after the story, boys and girls? Let's see what his bedtime is. His bedtime is what? The little hand is on what number? The 9. That's a 9. So it's 9 o'clock in the evening. And it's time to fall asleep, boys and girls. So his bedtime is 9 o'clock. And that's the end, boys and girls, of time 2. Excellent. So maybe, just maybe, when the next time you look at a clock, maybe you'll guess to see what time it is. Okay? Boys and girls, in Spanish, a clock is called reloj. Okay? So I'm going to just write that down for you so that you can see what it's spelled like. It's called reloj. That's a clock. That's how you say reloj. Can you say that at home? Reloj. That's a clock. And time is tiempo. Now, if you're asking what time it is, you can say, ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? Hora is hour or time also. ¿Qué hora es? And I'm going to send you a few things, boys and girls, for homework today in Spanish and clocks to see if you can actually tell the time, okay? And it's going to be similar to what you just learned today in the book on time 2. So we're going to just go over our calendar, okay? And boys and girls, what month are we in? We are in the month of June, right? And yesterday was Sunday. Today is Monday. Today is Monday. Today is Monday. All day long, all day long. Morning, noon, and night time. Morning, noon, and night time. All day long, all day long. Boys and girls, what number comes after 7? What number is this? 8. So we put it there, and you're going to help me count to 8, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Today is Monday, June 8th. Wonderful, boys and girls. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. I will see you tomorrow on Zoom. I love you, I miss you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.